Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Trinity. So let me get straight to it. Now, you asked me, since I'm in the all seeing eye and all the spiritual, like, people might want to wonder, what do I think or what do I feel about the end of the world? Like, well, if you see how I interact with energy and what I've mentioned about energy never dies. So I'm not the person to see of that, or that sense of being the end of the world is definitely not with me. I know that energy doesn't die. I can see it, I can feel it, and it guides. Our roots guide us. They guide us for the better. And what else can I say? I can say also that don't contemplate on me, because you hear the stuff from the Bible or holy books, and you contemplate it with my energy, like putting me in the light of others. I would never be double-crossed. Don't get me wrong. If all of these paths were blessed with certain peoples, with God, to do magnificent things, to do miracles, to go beyond physics and quantum, and it really is. Like, can I say that it comes from the same energy? Yes, it comes from the same energy. God is good. What else? Music frequencies. Now, this is what music frequencies would be to hold the REM down. Now, there's people that have high frequencies, and there's people that I could tell that their frequencies is on something that is manifesting through something. I could see it through different artists. Like, for example, like a B.u.m.s, like I could just mention, and like the reason why I said about Biggie and Tupac was one thing. Biggie was more on the street side, but he was just wise in general. When you get it, you get it. You don't want to go back. Once you know how it works, you don't need to go back, because backwards is just gonna get worse, or it's gonna stay the same, which is bad. So the state that both artists were, their frequency super high. One of them did know about political and how to go for his rights because of his roots. But even if the other one wasn't on the roots, they got where you come from has roots of that same specific thing. And these certain frequencies will make it through. They would have make it through and made the impact, even though they were from like the lyrics were like more on the rap streets, and Thug Life, Mob and stuff, like things you're gonna see out in the hood, right? So things that are like that, right? Even if it was like that, you could see that, because certain songs they will get to that point where you could see that it's more than this. And not only that, once they reach a certain success, and they as wise as they are, they don't have to keep repeating something or be like, oh, okay, I'm here, and feel all glammed out because they there. They know that that's also distractions to get where you really want to get, because they will mention that they're not living in the perfect world, just like we are not. I mean, nothing is perfect, but it damn well doesn't need to be the way it is. It doesn't, because this is way far out. What else? Oh, Xtacion, right? He already mentioned that he was already getting into the frequencies and making music for that. See, the thing is when you are an artist, all you're doing is going out there and putting your song out. These songs come out from within, an energy from within. It goes from blank to creating something. Now, when you create something that's going to be helpful and it's going to bring people's frequencies to awareness, to know that these frequencies are real, and we could do a lot of different things, make the world better. So I feel like this is where the frequencies will go. Once you realize that, you're not gonna realize that because you reached 10 platinum. That don't get you. You can't materialize the things like that. It's just not gonna happen. It doesn't. So you have to also now, when you get to certain frequencies, you have to direct that with your fans and your music. Whether you're gonna do it through the music or take them outside of music, and then connect with certain things that's gonna make life better. Because we all frequencies, but the frequency is not just something that stays in music. And music can make the world a better place if you guide the frequencies right. What else? As far as me, there's things out there that understand these frequencies are real. Like, you don't think the people that are harassing me, putting me down mentally, physically, economically, and socially, they're not seeing how energy flows around me. They don't see how nature responds, how nature's calling, how I'm getting guided. And I tell you, I'm not. You trying to hold me for something that I can't take fully control of that. I can't take fully control of that. The frequencies and energy vibrations lets you know that specifically that there's the God for that. God is there. And there's certain people with certain frequencies that I can't see really if it's a high frequency or low, but I can see that they in the tribes and tribulations. So they one with God, whether it's gonna end up how it's gonna end up for them. Will they at the end get their frequencies correct and move forward, or they will fall back on it? That's on the person that has to go through theirs. Like, I can't go through your tribes and tribulations for you. I can't do that for you. All I could do is I know my purpose. I know my purpose. That's what I could take care of, my purpose. My purpose in life, I do got that. And I do take care of that. So, like, although, like, Tupac and Biggie weren't specifically on making the world better, although, like, they would have went that route, because being wise and being streetwise and being alert and aware of your energy and how it manifests through people, places, and things, you would these other spirits, these other frequencies that actually would have catered to that. So a lot of these things are preventable. Pandemics, crises, like all of these things. I do believe with these certain frequencies, and authorities know that. Unlawful authorities with the servants that they work on, they know that. They know. I try to reach certain people for certain things, for frequencies, and the thing is, I don't even have to speak on it to them like that. Once we get together, things are gonna unravel. Nature will speak on it. Like, you would speak on stuff that you never spoken before. You speak on things and you see that this thing has a root to it and a connection to it. So then the things that you're gonna be singing and rapping and making music about, is going to be something that you never connected with, because you wasn't at that, you wasn't there to see. And this is why it becomes harder when people with certain frequencies, they go beyond different energies, because people don't understand energy frequencies, and it's in their nature to. Though, I mean, look at how unlawful authorities with the servants towards me do. They rather have me. I got my own music. I got my own frequencies. Don't contemplate on it. Don't. What they do is they go, or they have a artist. They bring it to the artist's attention. The artist makes something in their music, puts a line or two in their music or something, or makes a hook on it and stuff like that. Don't ever give me no credit. Don't ever give me any funds for it. Let alone, don't come ask me. Don't tell me what is it about. I'm not your average artist. I'm not your average musician. I have my roots, and I have my own. I have my frequencies, and I know by frequencies is to move it a certain way, for people to be well, for wellness, mentally, physically, or economically, for all people, places, and things. And what happens is that these authorities work with that, but they don't work for me and you to fix things or bring things to light. They don't do it for that. So what they give you this low frequency, everybody under their wings, on their terms and their conditions. And what we get? What we get out of that? Pandemics, crisis, me not enjoying whatever you think you're doing, not giving me credit, not giving me funds for any of mine. And you losing yourself as an artist, and you losing yourself as your nature calls for it. You're over here giving it to them. You don't even give it to nature, to your own. You give it to authorities. You think you all this is part of their way of thinking that they can control these manifestations. They know they can't. They can manipulate it. They can use people, places, and things. They use endless funds or fame, like any products that they trying to sell, to lure you away, to distract you. They do that with a lot of things going on. They do that with purposes of why they go to war, purposes of why they feel like they want to move and things suddenly shift, life shifts, and it makes a drastic change and stuff. Oh, they do it this way. And then authorities also, they see what you don't see, because they watching 24/7. They try to be in any place, any living place that I could get, any place that I'm gonna go. And they want to fix everything before I get to the place, know who and what I'm doing at all times. This is the reason. They see how nature does call. Nature does respond to me. I do have, and I do understand what's going on with it all. Like they over here, they see that certain animals, certain things, they just drop out of nowhere. They give me signals, they give me signs, they could see like we having a full blown conversation. It's not with words. It's with a lot of signs, and a lot of times it is the bird is speaking. It's not only birds, but birds are more. They could tell more with birds, because birds start to to chirp. And if they follow me, is a guide. Is actually a guide until I leave. When I leave, and whoever I need to guide with the divinity, with the REM, that I'm connected with the primary source of energy and primary source of language, of the nature of it all, of who we are, and how we got also possessions of all the elements in life, and how to use the frequencies for human consumptions, for human righteous purposes. Not for we putting all our natural resources to work for computers, servers, wasting water, gold, oil, to get weapons of mass destruction and machineries and all this thing that puts all the pollution that makes you can't get you're not gonna get it if you're using it in purposes of a non-natural, when it dispense or it disperses a non-natural and a pollution to it, toxic and things like that. And there's a lot of way more advanced. And we have technology, and we should have been already creating ways away from all these, like, you idolizing the material things are to hold somebody, to hold countries, to slaughter people and their kids. I mean, even natural resource, even back in the days, you remember Banana Republic? What is that? The group, the fruit group? How they slaughtered the people that were protesting, because the companies from the U.S. will go find where all the resources are for, like, the bananas. Yeah, you know the Chiquita bananas? Before it was Chiquita banana. Yeah, they had a bunch of people in a certain country protest because they just taking all the resources. They couldn't even buy their own food and their own plantations, and they're not paying nobody nothing for working for them. So basically, like, what the company was doing was going to the U.S. saying that they were striking and doing something illegal, and they couldn't get the goods over to New York. I mean to America. And being so, then here comes military or CIA, and this is what they're doing to a lot of different countries. And they have their own food taken from another country that could care less about people. And they slaughtered all the people in front of the warehouse or the factories where they were putting the bananas and plantation in boxes and stuff. Slaughtered all of them, kids and everything. But they don't report it right. And America, with all their sophisticated army and all that, they're not investigating it. They're not thinking twice about it. They're going in there. They have interest. They get interest for every time that they do something. They get interest from it. They benefit from that. And this is how other countries would do when it comes to taking over a country. And this is why we gotta this is why we gotta defend certain moves that people do. We cannot have people just using our resources to conquer people. God put it out here so we could live well for it. Not die for it. Not get killed for it. To live. He put these things there for we could live. and you're doing the opposite. That's why I said these ops that you have with the operations, that's all they doing is the opposite. They see the birds, they see everything, like they see how certain birds follow and they chirping. They could go blocks and blocks. I could walk blocks and blocks, same bird. Or a family of certain birds, they talk to each other. I take it from here, and then there's a lot of things happening. I'm just letting you know. The frequency is real, it's out there. But what they do is they come around with people they say comments around me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they try to make it seem like they're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you what's happening. They don't know what's happening, but they'll tell you something else, or they'll hold me against it, so I could like say more about it, so they can understand why is this thing happening. But you already know, I'm all remmed. I'm remmed out. The frequencies, you're not in tune with it. You're not in tune with it. I could come out, and as soon as I come out, everything around me is connected to me. Because I'm made from every single source. God is like that. So that's why things move around like that, and I know certain things. And the conversation, you're not going to understand where that, and the signs, you're not going to understand any of it. You got your own purpose in life. You too busy trying to sabotage what I got. I got my own purpose to take care of in life. You're over here trying to sabotage because you feel like, oh, there's got to be like a God thing, a God and evil thing. My guy, I already told you. If you want to, if this is, it's far from that, but if you want to put it that way, who you think the devil is going for? You have low frequencies. You're following these unlawful authorities with their servants. And you over here, all they seem to do is to keep me in like this kind of book thing, so people that are biblical, they can still follow. They have traffic of people following and listening to what they do. The United States doesn't have that. The people don't have that interest because they never had the interest of the well interest of the people. When it comes to all these presidents and how they've been running it, that's not how it goes. So people already done lost the people. They don't have the land. They don't have the people. They don't have nothing for me to be like, oh, I'm rewriting history, or I'm taking you're not taking care of it. I'm not losing anything when I leave. And you trying to get people to be more attracted to you, for you could have more broadcasts and more people come to you. You doing all this trying to play this holy book stuff. Oh, let me do something bad, even though everybody's looking at him like he got things, and then we monitoring everything. We see everything that's happening, but we're not gonna put it out there. We're gonna put it out where we have more people, more and more people to come in, and we're gonna keep manipulating and distracting people from the real things that it is that they do. And then this is already against the law, holding me against my own will, my life being taken for granted, enslaved, threatened, tortured, harassed, put down mentally, physically, economically, socially. If the people are okay with it, guess what? To put somebody in something like what they doing to me or something else, people are gonna not think twice about it. Like, they ain't gonna be like, oh, that's wrong, that's not righteous, we should do something about it. They're not gonna say that because you ain't saying nothing with me. You ain't gonna be saying nothing with everything else. And that's the mentality they want you, because they want to be able to control and take over everything and anything. They have no attraction at all. That they look for it now. They try to look for it everywhere and anywhere. I understand that. I understand you very well. I understand that since all the stuff that you were doing before. Man, when I was trying to copyright my songs 10 years ago, my songs, I would send it out. They would never send me my copyrights. I will call. They will block the call. or say that it's never in file. I'll send it 10 times, and they would do this. And why would be the reason? Because guess what? I am a powerful feature in this world. I'm a powerful person that has that voice that makes a difference, and God gives me that rim to take care of the people. What they don't want is for me, for the people to be independent. With me, I give them all the information, all the ways that they never had, because God creates it and makes it happen, and 100% works. What they do is extort it, make it look like it doesn't. Hold me from getting to the next thing. Hold my money, block money, block people. Make sure my family doesn't help in that way. Oh, they on it. They on it hard. They've been on it for years. That's why I don't. And then when I'm getting all this energy from nature, and I'm getting where my purpose is. It don't gotta be you. You're the last person I need to figure out. You already figured out. You ain't here for me. You ain't here for nobody. You're here for self. And guess what? Even if you're here for self, I could be independent and do what I need because I'm not doing anything that's breaking any laws. Everything I do is fresh, creative, helpful. I'm not a person that I'm not eating by myself when it comes to all that. Now, when it comes to you got endless money because you use all the money from taxpayers' money. You're unlawful authorities. You create all these operations, and you take advantage that you could use the money to be around people, places, and things. But the thing is that REM, frequencies, vibration, energy, you can't hold that. You manipulate all you want. People have free will. That's why I say these free wills they got low frequencies because they follow this. I don't follow none of it. There's no need. God showed me when I leave here, if I have to go to any president, any ambassador, any place or a village, and say, God be shown, the whole nature will light up. It's not just gonna be the animals, gonna be all the elements and everything will light up right in your face. That you wouldn't even think twice that this energy and the message is being sent for us to move a certain way for better. And this is what they're gonna do, because they're not here to make the things better. You have all these people in power, and they know their time is limited. They know when they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and the people are not, creating things to be directed somewhere else to distract people, diversion and all this. They will play along with all of this. They won't say nothing. But when it comes to making things better, they're not present. They'll talk on it. They'll put somebody like commando, I'm the hero. Like they will be speaking on something, like they really saying something like really touch, like it could really touch. But they so like it's so shadow, you can feel it. And everybody, they don't even have to be connected to a high frequency or REM to know that they full of shit. And this is why it needs to be better. This is why you have to create better. You can't just be like, all right, this is this, and then all on the complain, and then talk about it for years and years, and then you don't have tools, you don't have nothing to go with it. That's why when it comes to me, I have tools, I have frequencies to go with it, to go very well with it. They know that their time is limited, and I can make that time go faster because everything that the tools that they don't have, the things that people ain't put in their mind to, because they caught up. They've been shown in a way to do certain things in a certain way that they can't. People are not even thinking for themselves. They're watching the news to tell them about what their body is like. Taking vaccines as if they curing. Meanwhile, nature gives you all the cures, and your body gives you all the cures. So pay attention to understand. So this is why, every time I have somebody on, I awaken people. Their time starts limiting it. You see what I'm saying? So to keep me suppressed, to keep me down mentally, physically, economically, and socially, helps the house and everything else around keep this power of nonsense that you see. Not only that, before I leave, everything that I'm doing, except for I'll mention, which I'll mention, but as of now, still with my son, knowing that they know what I need to do. They're making it so that the same scantrum is happening because they need the attention. They know that I can't. I go way beyond everywhere. I go straight to the source, and I got REM. They also, authorities and commando. I'm the hero. Their operations. Also, they don't know how much energy and how much of this could. What more? They want more, so they will put things out there to get more out of it. Whether it's energy, whether it's negative, whether it puts me down mentally, physically, economically, just to see what will happen, just to see how much of REM would I put out. And they start when things start getting heavy, they already block a lot of stuff that I try to share with people. A lot. So they do this. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do this to protect themselves from staying in power. But power of what? They don't hold the land right. They rot in the land. It's all chemicalized. They all of nature, what we have as food and what they accept as food is way off. The same thing with the medical field, but I got medical systems. I got food systems. The thing is, God is going to give me everything that he needs, and is going to give me to 100, where you're going to see how messed up it is, and you're going to see how way better it can be. You have tools. I'm giving you tools. I'm giving you systems that don't break, that don't let Commando, I'm the hero, come around and take over. So all of these elements that I have, that I hold, I'm telling you right now, before I leave, they're gonna want any monies, any peoples, anything that I'm gonna be around, unless I tell you they didn't get to that, or that was just me. It's all gonna be planned and set up. That's why I can't wait to get out of here, because it doesn't have to be dumb. They don't have land. They don't have people. They just get people. They just get the land, and then they rot everything, and then they want to be on. They want you to rot with them. They want you to rot with them. And then all those that benefit from it, yeah, you'll benefit, but you're still rotting, my guy. And nobody wants to be around people that would let people go over. Will put people down mentally, physically, economically, and socially over making things better for everybody. So get a grip yourself of your own life, because it doesn't have to be you, and it's not you, and it won't be you. Keep it moving. You don't act like you don't know how to part. I've shown you since dating or even coming together with people what it is with me. Don't speak, all right? You shouldn't even be around me. Anyways, like, all that's been happening is basically, look, everywhere I go and work, I've I have outperformed everybody in anything that I have done. And this is not me competition. This is just me. I got my nature. My nature alone, apart from the RAM and everything, is to satisfy, my surroundings, people, places, and things. Is to know how to welcome, know how to part, know how to make things work for each other. I worked in places where #1 sales in the world. What that looks like? That looks like this. People might say, well, he didn't make more money than me, but you started making money off of my findings, off of what I connected together and what I made work. And you as one person, and you have a team and I have a team, but we all in the same business, same company, same owner, right? Now you have a team, you're making more sales than me. The thing is, I don't concentrate on sales. I do concentrate on customer service. It's just naturally in me. I do understand that when people are happy and they're satisfied, even when things go wrong, and you understand the wrong, and you cater to that, people buy more. I seen it happen. People buy more when you do right by people, because they understand that you want them to feel satisfied. And what that equals to sales. And I'm not an expert in sales, but I outbeat everybody in every profession that I've done. Everything that I touched, smartphones, network connection, smartphone sales, and network provider. #1 worldwide sales. I'm never the one to set goals like I'm gonna make this certain number, and this is gonna make me. That's not gonna make me feel anything. Do I feel like I need to make certain things? Or I need to get something out of the work, and I need to make enough money for this and that, and I'll try to raise that for myself and others, to do things for others and myself. Yeah, but am I in there trying to really be on that type of competitive side? No, I know that I'm gonna sell because every person that comes to me is gonna feel that I'm there to satisfy them. You feel what I'm saying? So what this does, there's kids over here. They go to my group. Although one guy in the next team, he's making more sales than me, but as a whole group, he's not. He's not making more sales than me. And why is because I'm concentrating on my whole. So what happens now? Now I have a person with me now. He's 18 years old, just came out of high school. He's my group. I'm worried about, he's just trying to make a living. I'm thinking about people when they were my age. What options did I know? I had to figure all this out myself. So now I'm showing him the way to get that customer service in. He goes in and he's making he made 5 sales. 5 equals what he made, 500. 500 in a day. And he made it in like an hour or two. The places, people, and things that I'm gonna introduce to brings that. Now he can see, he's like, you know what? If I put my foot in something, and I make sure that I know all around it, and I want to cater to it and satisfy this service to the people, I do it like this, and guess what? I don't have to go work in McDonald's. None of these people that I've worked with could ever feel like they need to go back to fast food restaurant. Ain't nothing a job. Your job is gonna be your job. You go take care of that no matter what. Although you don't need to be really busting it out there when you like that, when you really could put your business sense in it. Because you have all these companies When the pandemics go down and when the crisis and when they don't have nothing for you. They don't have no answers. They don't have nothing. How to live, or when it's on, they on, or come back. And that's it. But you as an independent contractor, you can move around different. You see what I'm saying? So me teaching the group and me selling more and bringing more sales over, giving the number one sale in the world. I did it because I saw that I could make people want to see the difference and make work happen. So I don't look at no competition like you know, that like how people are here trying to cut throat and stuff. It's hard to cut my throat, for sure. I'm way advanced in any profession that I do. Why? The only way you feel like you could cut my shit, is when you use the authorities. Why? Because they have to then what? Do things that are unlawful. They're not part of the practice. They want you to do what they want you to do, and then if you pass that, then they feel like you achieved. Meanwhile, I'm overpassing everybody, overachieving everybody, over everything. And then I gotta feel that you're that thing, you're that work, you're that extra work that I have to satisfy. And it's not even about satisfying, because they ain't about the work. Breaking the laws to get into businesses, to infiltrate, to hold me down mentally, physically, economically, so I wouldn't be able to make it, or I only make it under their terms. Man, get out of here, man. You bums. You mad. You mad because it ain't true. But you don't even meditate. You don't even care for the land. You don't even make the moves to care for the land, all the people. But you want to run and you want to be in office and you want to do all this extra stuff and then send these ops to the person that's actually could lift this place up? Yeah, okay. All right. Like I said, everything before I leave is going to be all fixed and you know what I mean, until I leave. But I'll let you know what's mine, and I'll let you know what I leave, and you already know my tools and stuff, and the people that I'm creating work with are going to be solid. They're always going to be solid. So understand that. And we're going to move forward. It don't got to be you. Trinity.